Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Now, over the night of September the 22nd into the 23rd, Russia launched a wave of attacks on Ukraine, firing 3 Iskander ballistic missiles and 115 attack drones. Local officials say 12 drones hit 6 locations in total. In the Odessa region, strikes destroyed civilian infrastructure, killing 1 woman and injuring 3 others. In Chernihiv, a critical infrastructure site was targeted, while in Zaporizhia, air bombs and drones again struck residential areas, leaving 1 person dead. Zaporizhia also saw an attack the previous night in which 3 people were killed and 4 injured. Meanwhile, in Russia, Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin said air defenses shot down 17 drones headed towards the capital overnight. He later reported that 32 drones had been destroyed between the evening of the 22nd of September and the following morning. In the Moscow suburb of Ryutov, falling debris damaged 4 cars, and local media say 1 drone crashed into a parking lot. Late on the 22nd of September, air traffic was also disrupted in northern Europe. Authorities in Denmark and Norway halted all flight operations at their main airports after drones were spotted in restricted airspace. According to Reuters, Copenhagen Airport suspended all flight operations starting at around 8 p.m. local time. Traffic at the airport was halted for about 3 hours, citing reports of 2 or 3 large drones. 1 unidentified drone was also spotted flying over Gardermoen Airport in the Norwegian capital Oslo. A representative of Gardermoen said that the airspace above the airport had been closed since midnight. Police in both countries are investigating, with Norwegian authorities detaining 2 people in Oslo for illegal drone activity. Security services in both Denmark and Norway are monitoring the situation. Now, on the battlefield, the Ukrainian monitoring site Deep State reports that Russian troops are advancing northeast of Myrnograd, as well as continued offensive operations near Novomykhailivka on the administrative border with the Dnipro region, which have been ongoing for a week after a month and a half of calm. Analysts also describe the situation near Dobropilya as consistently difficult, with Ukrainian troops holding defensive positions against active Russian attacks. One of Ukraine's oil refining facilities was hit hard by Russian Geran-3 jet-powered drones. A firefighter's camera captured the moment when the drones landed just a few meters away from the rescuers, who were fighting the fire. One of the firefighters nearly died as a result. In an attempt to avoid a direct hit, he jumped into the water to escape the impact. Thanks to quick reactions and timely measures, tragedy was averted. The situation highlights the extreme danger civilians and rescuers face when critical infrastructure is shelled by the enemy. The Geran-3, the latest version of Russia's Shahed-based UAV, comes equipped with a turbojet engine for greater speed and is reportedly highly resistant to electronic warfare tactics.
Лягайте на землю! До бетонної стіни! Ой, їбало. Пізда. Бронік скидай! Давай! Рома, давай, чуть-чуть! Чуть-чуть, давай! Лягай!
Unfortunately, this is not the first time that rescuers were deliberately targeted by the Russians. Russia, in fact, has been documented as using this tactic very often indeed. First strike destroys a building. The rescuers, the emergency responders arrive on the scene, and then comes another strike. One more war crime to a very, very long list. Now, moving on one section of the front line, fighters from the Totem unit of the Ukrainian 72nd Separate Mechanized Brigade successfully destroyed a Russian Akhmat armored vehicle. The Russians actively use this type of armored vehicle to transport personnel and ammunition, relying on its reinforced armor and protection. But even the Akhmat, which the enemy advertised as invulnerable, could not withstand the Ukrainian strike. In temporarily occupied Crimea, special forces from the Ghost unit of the main intelligence directorate of Ukraine's foreign ministry carried out a unique operation, the result of which was a blow not only to the enemy's air fleet, but also to its prestige. For the first time since the start of a full-scale war, Ukrainian soldiers destroyed two rare Russian Beriev Ba-12 Chaika amphibious aircraft. This equipment is a real rarity. Only a few machines remain in combat service, and they were actively used for anti-submarine defense and, according to sources, to combat Ukrainian naval drones. In one of the areas where enemy drones were actively operating, a Ukrainian F-16 fighter jet hit a Shahed with its onboard cannon. The moment of interception was clearly recorded by the pilot. The drone was trying to approach important targets, but the modern aviation fire control system left it no chance. The cannon hits its targets accurately, destroying the Shahed in mid-air and preventing it from completing its mission. The incident demonstrates the effectiveness of air defense and the combat capabilities of the F-16, which are being actively integrated into Ukraine's air defense system. And that's all for now here on Military Mind. Stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.